I just want to add something to this before I go to bed tonight. I'm about halfway now, and I think the physically hard part is over. I say that very tentatively, but I think it is. I mean, everybody I've spoken to about Lansdowne's John O Groats says that Devon and especially Cornwall are the hardest parts, but you know, from then on it's relatively easy riding. I also can feel I've ridden myself fit now, or at least to an extent. I mean, beforehand, even up to Shropshire, I was having to spend sort of 20 minutes in the morning just stretching my legs out so that they, you know, worked before I actually started wandering around in the mornings. But now it's not really a problem. So I think to that extent, the physically hard part is over. But I think, to be honest, this is where the really hard part starts, because up until now the weather has been, well, excluding today, good. But I know it's going to change. Well, it already has changed for the worse. But once we get to Scotland, it's already getting colder as we're going north. The seasons are changing anyway. The rain is likely to increase, and the wind up through the glens is going to be immense. So I think really now is the time where it starts to get more mentally demanding, and in reality this is like the turning point. There's two stages to this trip: the physically grueling part, which I think is over now, and then the sort of mentally challenging part, the part where it actually takes me effort not to go looking for the nearest train station to get on the next train home, and that's going to be really tricky. I also want to say something just briefly about the charity I'm doing this for, Oxfam, because as you might know, I've recently done like a parachute jump for charity, and you know, that was really good. I raised sort of 180 quid for it, over 180 quid in fact, and yeah, it was really good. I did that for Solve It, which is a local charity in Kettering, but to be honest, compared to this, it doesn't really even come onto the scale of how hard it is. I mean, with that, I don't wish to downplay it or anything, but, and I don't wish to sound too arrogant, but I was never really scared about it, and hand on heart, I was never really even that kind of excited about it. I mean, even when you're dropping at sort of, you know, 100 miles an hour or something, it doesn't really feel like it. What didn't really bother me that much. I think because I was a passenger, it's like a roller coaster, and everything I knew was very safe. This, on the other hand, it's very difficult for me as a person. It's all the emphasis is on me. I'm by myself. I'm just trying to push on for sort of 8, maybe up to 10 hours a day of riding, and it's really quite mentally and physically challenging. And I really do feel like, you know, I've earned some sponsorship more than I did with that. So I think, you know, at least consider giving some money to Oxfam. I've set up a Just Giving website, which is www.justgiving.com/Peter-Knight, and you can donate to Oxfam on that. As I've said on that, I'm doing this for me. I'm not doing it sort of for Oxfam, but I just feel that it's a really good cause, and I think you should at least consider sort of donating some money to it, because it's, when you start to think about it, you know, what we have in the first world is incredible compared to what people are struggling to achieve on a daily basis. You know, just to survive, just to get enough food, just to work their way out of poverty a lot of the time. And I think that's a really important thing. I think compared to what a lot of sort of charities in the first world do, I think it's insignificant compared to that. And Oxfam is a big charity, so you can really help out with that. That they really will make a difference. So yeah, give that some thought.